Hello everyone and welcome to day 22 of our online advent calendar. We are reaching the end of our online advent calendar, so hopefully you have all enjoyed taking part over the month of December. Only a few more stories to go, so hold tight, and I'm excited to share today's story with you. Our story today is going to be thinking about the birth of Jesus. I'm very excited to share this because it's an exciting story, and it might even be one that some of you have heard before. But first of all, we're going to think about arriving somewhere. I want you to think, have you ever been on a long journey? You might have been in a car with your family, you might have been on a plane, a train, you might have even gone on a boat. How did you feel when you were on that journey? Were you excited? Were you very eager to get out of the car and see where you have arrived? Were you constantly asking, how much longer till we get there? And was it somewhere that you've been to before? Or maybe it might have been somewhere you'd never been before. But our story today is going to share about a journey and when someone finally arrived somewhere. So listen carefully as I share today's story. The Roman Emperor Augustus issued an order. Everyone in the Roman Empire must register at the town his family came from. Augustus wanted to make sure he had everyone on his list and that they paid their taxes. Joseph's family was descended from King David, so he had to go to Bethlehem, where King David was born. He had to take Mary on the long journey south through the hills, 80 miles of rough dirt roads. The donkey carried their food, warm cloaks for the chilly nights, and clothes for the baby who was due to be born any day. Mary was very tired when they arrived at last, and there was nowhere for them to stay. The inn was already crowded with travellers. The innkeeper felt sorry for Mary, but the only space he had left was the stable. It was dirty and smelly in there with the animals, but at least Mary could rest, and there was nowhere else. That night, Mary's baby son was born. She wrapped him up warmly in the clothes she had made and put him in a manger to sleep. So this is a very special story telling us about the birth of Jesus. Perhaps you have heard it before, or you might have remembered parts of that story. It's such a fantastic story because it reminds us that God had promised a king and that he kept that promise and that king had arrived. And isn't it amazing to think that that new king arrived as a baby? We must give thanks that God came down to earth with us and is with us. Even today, he is still with us. Even though this story was a long time ago, we can still give thank you that Jesus was born. So we are going to spend a moment praying and giving thanks that Jesus kept his promise. So let's pray together. Dear Lord, thank you for keeping your promise and sending us a king. Help us to share this good news with someone over Christmas. Amen. Well, as I said earlier, we are reaching the end of our online advent calendar. Hopefully you'll have fun colouring in your baby in the manger and that you will join us tomorrow to hear about what happened once Jesus was born in the stable. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.